Okay, hopefully we are back. And the game crashed. I am seriously so fucking tired right now. And if I have to redo everything again... I'm so fucking tired, why can't I just stream? Fuck it! We're back in the beginning of the game. Why the fuck is this happening to me? Yeah, no, I'm trying to fix it. There you go. So we're back in the beginning of the game. I don't know what the fuck's going on. The game crashed. And I just want to fucking kill myself. I don't want to do this. This is the third time. I mean, it has crashed 2 times and I had to replay the whole game. I mean, up to the DLC, so I mean... Fuck it. And the stream crashed again? No? No, it didn't. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I can't. Because my roommate is sleeping. I mean, to be honest, I can always have a Q&A. Because if people ask a question, I will answer it, so I mean... There's always a Q&A, I guess. But yeah. I'll play some Resident Evil, I guess.
Resident Evil 2.
Look, man, I'm serious, okay? I saw this with my own eyes.
Oh, I believe you, buddy. I believe you. Just tell us a story. Tell us a story.
Okay, well, it was last Friday night. I was walking home from the bar.
Fuck
This
yeah.
woman started coming towards me. She was staggering, you know, so I figured she was drunk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, tell us, be honest now. How many drinks did you have?
No, man, I barely had a buzz on.
Oh, come on.
Look, just listen, all right? She got closer, and I got a good look at her. You had to see her eyes, her nose, her whole face. It looked like it was rotting.
Yeah.
She looked like a corpse. Like a walking corpse, man.
Sounds like my wife.
I've never seen anything like it. I haven't been able to sleep since that night.
All right, calm down, buddy. Calm down. Just, hey, you gotta stay strong, okay? Don't give in to fear out there, right?
Yeah, well, you got that right. If you freeze up around these things, they'll sink their teeth in you. I'm trying to attack somebody.
Oh, come on. It's just getting good.
I'll answer that question pretty soon.
I need some sleep. Oh, shit.
But I appreciate the questions. I really do.
What do I do? What am I gonna do?
God damn. Okay, so what made you want to keep streaming all these years? So I've been streaming since 2011,
You know me, I'll be fine.
and you know, without exaggerating or anything,
I'll be back
after
as soon as I
8
find
years of streaming, you know, on and off, sometimes every week, sometimes once a
Hello?
month,
I gotta go.
and so on. After 8 years of streaming, I've never made it past, you know, average of 2 viewers per stream. For 8 fucking years. Only around 2 viewers every single stream.
Hello?
So, I mean, it doesn't matter, you know, if people say that, oh, don't be like that, Creams. But the fact is right there. I suck so hard at streaming. And that's a fact. Because if it wasn't a fact, I wouldn't have 2 viewers average every single stream, right? Exactly. So there's nothing anyone can say. I am a failure as a streamer. But what made me keep on doing it? I don't know. And to make memories in some weird way. Have it recorded. Record my live reactions to something. Question number 2. The remake got me excited when it was announced. How did you react? For this remake, I was excited. I was really, really excited.
Hello? Anybody here? Hello?
Can you get rid of the HUD? Thanks.
Are you okay? Wait here. I'll check it out.
Hold still!
Excuse me, is everything okay?
Stay back, ma'am. I got this.
He did not.
I said get off him! closer.
Oh boy, I don't have it. Okay, maybe I do need the HUD. I just don't want the... what is it called? Objective display. I fucking hate that shit.
Shit. What the hell is up with you?
Oh boy. Hello there. The fuck? Wow, he's dancing. Of course I do, man.
No, don't shoot.
Get down!
We gotta get out of here.
You alright?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
You can thank me later, when we're safe.
Really should.
Come on! Get in! Hold on.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have some answers at the police station.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah. Leon
No
Kennedy.
shit.
You are?
Claire. Claire Redfield.
Live around here?
No. I'm looking for my brother. He's a cop too.
Well, it's a good thing we found each other. I don't know what to expect anymore.
Huh, good question. Probably somewhere from Resident Evil 3. The places, the clock tower. Or the park. Yeah, around the clock tower, because the park is really nice. And yeah, it's a cool area.
God, this is so unreal.
Police station's not much farther. They'll know something.
Yeah, but what if we're the only ones? What if there's no
No,
survivors?
they're survivors. It's a big city. There has to be.
Sheriff? That's what it looks like on the
Looks like we're
car.
walking from here.
More like running.
Yeah, good call.
Leon, We gotta back up. What the?
Holy shit. There, get out. Get out now! Hold on!
Oh shit.
Claire! Claire, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. How about you?
I can't stay here. It's not safe.
Oh shit. Go on ahead. I'll meet you at the station.
Let's fucking go, boy.
Can't stop. Gotta keep moving.
Wait, what's over here? Nothing.
It's like the end of the world. Police station. Almost there.
I missed the gun shop, god damn it. Well, thanks, game.
Anybody here?
Yeah. Deluxe weapons. Wow.
Come on, Chris. Where are you? Oh shit. They're inside too.
David, Marvin, you there? I found a way out. It's in here. Send reinforcements. East hallway.
I should help this guy. Focus, Claire. Focus. Oh my god.
Open up! Hurry! Open up! Open this goddamn door! Open the door! Hurry up! Hurry up! Open it!
Here, give me your hand!
Help me!
Hold on! Give me your other hand! It's okay, I got you! Oh my god! I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I agree. This fucking music though. God fucking damn it. Oh boy, sucking ass at this game as well, how nice. Oh wait, I don't have that one. Hello, Amnesiac. Oh boy. Yeah, I didn't know that you stayed. Because you didn't say anything for a long while, so I assumed you left. Because hey, who wouldn't? Okay. Is that enough? It was. Yeah man, this music, holy shit. Even though it's a bit repetitive, but still. Fucking dick.
You all right?
Yeah.
You're safe. For now. Marvin Branagh.
Thanks.
Obviously someone taught you well.
Yeah. I know how to take care of myself.
Come on.
How about no?
So nobody knows what caused this?
There's a lot of theories. But all I know for sure is that this place is crawling with zombies.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Hey, keep that on. Just in case.
I'm not gonna be around long. Once I find Chris, we're out of here.
You really Chris's sister?
Yeah. Why? Did you find something?
He's on vacation. Europe, I think. Left weeks ago.
Vacation? It's great news.
Well, I've got more for you. Looks like there might be a way out through this secret passageway.
Good. Hey. Hey, we should probably get you to a hospital.
Oh, don't forget about me. I can take care of myself.
No. Don't be ridiculous. You're gonna need some help.
Listen, Claire. Save yourself. So you can see your brother again. Now, you'll probably need this.
No, I'm not taking that. You're gonna...
And be careful. If you see one of those things, no matter who they were, you can't hesitate. Take them out if you can. Or you run.
Feels bad, man. I already had one though. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna continue or not. Sucks ass that Jump King crashed and all that. I made it to that, where is it, second place in the DLC 2 times. And then it crashed. First time it didn't stream. And then I loaded my file and I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened, it didn't save. And then the second time, everything crashed, stream and the game. And it didn't save, so I have to redo everything again. So I don't know, man. God damn it. Yeah, I know. I really do. I don't think I should be streaming actually. Because I am doing really, really bad. I mean, seriously. I feel like a complete fucking failure at everything I do. Especially streaming. 8 years of streaming. And it has just been, worse after each year. The only thing I keep on doing is looking back at the past. I always look back at 2013, like, oh, it was so much fun. So fucking awesome back then. It was like no anxiety. So much fun. It was high spirit commentary. I didn't give a shit that I had like 1 or 2 viewers. And if I ask myself, I don't really want more than that either, because it just makes me nervous. So I mean, what the fuck? What do I even want? It's like, why do I even stream? It's just stressful. That's why I stopped playing Smash as well. I don't play Smash or some other games. Like at Libra Game or something. I don't do that. I just, feel stressed. I feel this fucking stress over, performing. Like being good enough. So I don't feel like a complete failure, which I do like every single day. So I don't know what the fuck, what's my problem. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. But it just, these feelings, they go up and down all the time. That's what life is, So, right now, I'm just asking myself, what is the fucking point? Being honest with myself here. What's the fucking point of doing this? There's so many awesome channels out there on Twitch. Why the fuck would people waste it on my shitty ass boring streams where I'm just depressed all the time? What's the fucking point? So I mean, there's no more reason. I just can't keep on lying to myself. I just can't look back to the past and hope that things will be like how they were before when I was, high spirit, everything was fun. But the only thing I keep on doing is just looking back to it. I just keep on listening to the old commentary and just hope for some fucking miracle that it will be like that again. I'm just living in the past. That's what I'm doing. So I don't know. There's no point. I mean, I'm super thankful for these comments. I really am. I am so freaking thankful. But there's just a big fucking question mark in my mind now. And that is, why? Why are people enjoying this? For like 80% of the stream I've been quiet. I'm just going around like this. Ooh, such an interactive stream. What the fuck? What's the point? I'm barely talking this stream. How fun is it to watch? And to be honest, it's not even fun for me to do it. It's not fun to play. And I hate being so fucking negative. And that's why I shouldn't stream. I got the proof, that's all I need. I mean, as I said, I'm very thankful for the comments, but the fact is there. It's set in stone. I've been streaming for 8 years, and I've been making I've been making content on the internet since 2007. So the fact is that I am a fucking failure. There is no going around that, right? Because if I wasn't a failure, I would have, a bigger audience. But at the same time, do I want that? I don't. So what's the point? If I'm like sad and depressed about having like no viewers, so it makes me feel like a failure, and if I'm too like shy and nervous about having more than like 5 or 10 viewers, then I will never ever be happy. I will always feel negative about it. I will always either feel like a failure or be too nervous. Like when I streamed Jump King and I had like 100 plus viewers out of random. Like, wow, that was incredible, but holy fucking shit, that was stressful for me. So, I just gotta ask myself, am I really a streamer? I don't think I am. So I don't know, man. There's no point. It hurts way more to stream than it does to not doing it. There are so many fucking days and hours I spend that I like, you know, thinking about, oh, I'm gonna stream, I want to stream, I want to do this, but I never do it because I'm nervous and I'm like complaining about my anxiety and all that shit. So even when I'm not streaming, I'm thinking about it, and that makes me nervous and stressed. So it's just the whole fucking thing. It's just a spiral. So I don't know. I mean, I am kind of a, you know, realist in some aspects. So, you know, I can sit here and say, oh, I'm gonna quit streaming, and then just, you know, stop. But I know that these feelings go up and down all the time, because I've had anxiety now for 5 years straight. More than that. I've had it every fucking day for 5 years. So I know that these feelings go up and down. So, I mean, there's no point for me to sit here and say, I'm gonna, you know, stop streaming, I'm gonna quit YouTube, I'm gonna quit everything. There's no point, because in like a week or something, I will feel something different. So I'm not gonna say anything at all. The only thing that matters is how I feel right now, and that is that I am sick and tired of myself. I am, as I said many million times, I am eternally grateful for everything that everyone has done for me. For all the everything from like a half-minute viewing from some random guy or girl in the world, to people like Amnesiac or some other people and like Hota who have followed me for 5+ years and supported me for so long. I'm eternally grateful for that. That's not the problem. The problem is me. I can't stand myself. That's the problem. I will never be happy. That's the problem. Like I do, like I have some videos on YouTube with like 200,000 plus views and another one with 500,000 plus views, and I'm not even happy about those. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? I will never ever be happy. So there's no point. I am so fucking tired of living in the past. It ruins my fucking life. That's all I do. Every single day I only think about how good everything was before my anxiety. When I did that fucking co-op with Damus on Silent Hill 2, like back in those days. That's the only thing I do. I'm living in the past. And I don't know how the fuck to change that. And I don't think the way I do now, you know, streaming while looking back to the past, I mean, that's not gonna help. It's just gonna make matters worse. So there's no... It's not gonna help. It's only gonna get worse from here. And you know... It may sound weird to some people, I don't give a shit. I found my commentary back in the golden age to be amazing, you know, not amazing, but, you know, funny. It entertained me to listen to myself and the commentary and the co-op with Damus. Like, it was entertaining back then. But now, when I like listen back to some of the streams from this year, from last year, it's like, it's not funny. I genuinely don't think it's entertaining. I think it's boring as fuck. I think it's try-harding so bad. It's like super try-hard. The commentary and like the entertainment value. Like I'm just copying myself from back then. I'm copying myself from how it was back in 2012 and 13. So it's not funny. Not for me. And that's like the most important part. If people find it enjoying, and they enjoy my commentary and all that shit, if they find my streams enjoying, I mean, that's awesome. As I said, I'm thankful for that. But me, personally, I don't find it enjoyable anymore. Because I'm just copying how it was back then. There's like no point. I mean, I did, for fuck's sake, I played Jump King, played, what is it, Plague Tale Innocence, and like Undertale, Live and Blind. I mean, I'm playing new games, I'm still doing that, not so much, but I'm still doing it. That's not the problem. As I said, the problem is me, and I need to fix that in some way or another, and I don't think that streaming is that. And I'm really afraid, you know. I don't want to go back to taking anxiety medicine. Like I don't want to. It just a big fucking pile of shit. It was like there was this stream I held 3 months ago, I think. I played, I think it was F-Zero? I don't know. It was some random game, and I played it. And someone in the chat, I don't remember which one, but someone in the chat said something that stuck to me so hard. And I've been thinking about it like every single, you know, stream since then. And that is like, is this the best you can do? Someone wrote that. I don't remember, but someone wrote, is this the best you can do? And I'm like asking myself that every single day now, every single time I stream. Is this the best I can do? Like copying myself from how it was back then. Living in the past. Is this really the best I can do? For an entertaining stream? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter because I'm like a perfectionist, you know? So kind of naturally, my streams have a really high quality. I have equipment for a lot of fucking money. I painstakingly go through every single like option and setting to make sure that it is as perfect as possible. You know, everything. Because I am a quality perfectionist or whatever. I mean, that's just how I am. So my streams are in high quality, but why the fuck does that matter? It doesn't. And, you know, it wouldn't matter if I have, like, 3 average viewers, or 50, or 500. It doesn't matter. Because the root of the problem, like, all of the problems, is in myself. So it doesn't matter. So, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm done with this shit for now. I don't know what else to do. I am so fucking tired of not being able to just sit down and enjoy a video game. I can't do that anymore. Because I'm always thinking like, oh, I should stream this, I should record this, I should make commentary over it, I should immortalize this in some way, you know, keep it in video form. Like my first reactions to a video game. Like every single fucking game, I always think in those ways. Like, oh, I have to stream this, I have to, you know, immortalize it because time is so short in life. But in the end, it just hurts me. It really hurts me so bad. There's so many games, so many things I just want to play. I just want to sit down and enjoy them, but I just keep on thinking about all these meaningless negative feelings that stops me. And so in the end, I don't do anything. But I can't stress it enough. I am so thankful for everything that everyone has ever done for me. I really am. Every single person who listens to my music or watches my videos, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Like, all of it. I will always be thankful for it, so there's that. I just need to fix myself in some way, because I can't continue on. I can't continue like this. Every single stream I hold, it just feels bad, you know? All of them. It's stressful, and it doesn't give me much. It doesn't give me anything positive. The only thing that streaming gives me is some sense of, time being immortalized, if that makes sense. Like, let's take, I don't fucking know, like when I streamed Silent Hill 4 the last time or whatever, now that stream and that playthrough and my thoughts and what I talked about, everything is immortalized in that video, and time can't really affect it, now. It will be as it is. It's immortalized in video form. That's the only thing that I really enjoy about streaming, other than, of course, people being entertained. I mean, that's just great. It's amazing. So thankful. But I don't enjoy it. I personally don't enjoy it. At now. I mean, as it is now, at least. So I don't know. I'm done ranting about this. I'm so, lost in what I should do. I really, really am. I don't have any idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Some people in your life, like family and friends, some people say, get a job, work 40 hours a week, and then do what every other ass motherfucker is doing. Like, just work your ass until you have, no energy left. And then you spend that money by, partying and alcohol and shit. And I know I'm over-exaggerating. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go outside and party. But that's, what most people do, it seems. They work so much and then they spend it on substances that ruins your body, like cigarettes and alcohol. And then they don't remember anything. And then the next week is the same thing. It's, the same fucking thing over and over and over. Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? I don't know. But what I'm doing right now, not having a job and just, having Libra game, hanging out with people 10, 12 years or younger than me. I mean, seriously, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I look at the Libra streams, sometimes. What did we do that day and whatever. It's immortalizing time once again. Those Fridays or whatever, and I look at it sometimes and I ask myself this realistic question. Here is an adult guy with anxiety that's 10, 12 years older than all the other people in the room. What the fuck is he doing with his life? And what do other people think? What the fuck is he doing? Everyone in society thinks oh, he should have a job. He should have his own apartment. He should have this. His should. All of this, what he should have. And my parents, not so much anymore, but back a couple of years ago, they were basically saying, just don't have anxiety. And I'm not even joking here. The entirety of my family was stop having anxiety. Just stop, dude, and get a job. And I don't know what's wrong with me. I have to be honest with myself, but at the same time, I can't just hide in that excuse. I just can't hide in anxiety and say that, oh, just because of this, I am allowed to not do anything. I'm allowed to just be here and not have a job. I'm allowed to just have as a fucking excuse. So where is that balance? I'm asking myself, of course, right now, where is that balance of how much can I complain about my anxiety stopping me? There's a balance between, like, you should still be able to, do something, do what's right, but you can't expect too much because of anxiety. So there's supposed to be this balance, but I don't know where that is. Sometimes I ask myself, how bad is my anxiety, really? Like, if I really think about it, how bad is it? If I'm completely honest with myself. And some days, like, obviously right now, some days my anxiety feels so fucking heavy that I literally feel like I'm dying. I feel like time is running out. I feel like I'm throwing my life away. I feel like a complete failure. I feel like I should just stop. I should be someone else. I should be someone successful or something. Like I'm so disappointed in myself. So I don't want to be me anymore. I want to be someone else. I want to, be me back in the day. I want to be me back in 2012 or whatever. I want to be someone else. It's so fucking weird. It is so weird. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I kind of, I'm judging myself right now in this moment as well. Like, I judge myself at everything I do. Like, nitpick on yourself. You're doing this wrong. You're a failure. You're not perfect. All these stupid ass questions. Or what is it? Judgments or whatever. But right now I'm like asking myself, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're sitting here and literally complaining online. That's what I'm doing right now. I don't know. One of the things that really stresses me out when it comes to streaming, which I would like to end, is I always feel stressed that a stream must be entertaining every 10 seconds or so. Because in this world where everybody has their fucking smartphones and these small bite-size entertainment things like I don't fucking know, Snapchat, Instagram, Reddit, like these small bite-sized entertainments that's like they come and go quickly. So, and it's the same thing with YouTube. Everything has to be like really entertaining all the time, or else it's not worth watching. And it's, you know, it's really stupid to, you know, copy what everyone else is doing. You just do your own thing, of course. But I feel like if you stream, it should be entertaining all the time, like every single second. So sometimes, you know, you force yourself to talk. You force yourself to make something up because, I don't know. Or else it's just, you know, who decides what a stream should be? Honestly. Why does a stream have to be in a certain way? Well, ain't that fucking wonderful? Then tell me, Amnixac, what should a stream be? I mean... You know, some people, they stream when they sleep. They have 24-hour streams, like in a house stream or whatever. It's like always on or something. Yeah, I guess. I'm not following, you know, any, you know, content like that. I just know that it exists. Like in those streams, of course, there's a lot of dead time. I mean, look at my shitty ass fucking Libra streams, which I kind of, you know, at this moment feel like, you know, quitting because it's like, at least it shouldn't be on my channel because it's not a personal stream anymore. We should just make a new Twitch channel called Libra Game or something, so I don't have to, you know, have it here. I don't know, man. Because there's a lot of... I mean, I think the Libra streams are the worst ones. And I think I'm not the only one who thinks so. They really suck. And I'm not blaming anyone for that. It's just... It shouldn't be on my channel, at least. So if we ever do Libra streams, they shouldn't be on... Yeah. What the fuck is this? Streamer's Life. RPG simulation game where you can create your own streamer and see whenever you can overcome difficulties of being a streamer or not. Wow. Wow. Of course they're making a game like this. I mean, there's this game called YouTuber's Life or something. And it's probably based on, like, the most popular streamers, I believe. I don't know. I kind of like the developer name. Just Making Games. That's a good one. You know, if I'm honest with myself and with everyone, I don't want my channel to grow, you know, too much at least. I don't want 100 plus viewers. I really don't. And it's mostly, I guess, because I'm used to having a small viewer base, but I really like it when every single, you know, message and every single chatter or whatever you call viewer, that they get their you know, opinions and voices heard. I never want my chat to just be like a flowing cancer. I really don't. I mean, of course it's fun to be a part of those and watch it sometimes, but I mean, I don't want that. Yeah, when I streamed like Final Fantasy VIII on YouTube, when I started my new channel, and we had like, yeah, as you said, 20 to 30 viewers. That was like a little bit too much. Actually, it was super stressful. So, as I said, there's this weird balance of that I have to come to terms with, you know, because having, you know, too few viewers, or however you say it in English, like having, you know, too little viewers makes you feel like a failure after streaming for 8 years, and having too many makes it stressful. So I should just, you know, like, just, you know, just take it as it is. You know, don't think about it too much. But hey, guess what? This fucking person has something that makes him stupid. Fuck. The fuck? Another thing, like, I ask myself when I, you know, when I look back at like Let's Plays I've done and other streams, and then I look at what I've done today, I'm asking myself, like, is this something I want to be? Something I want to be immortalized. For example, let's say we'll take this stream. Played Resident Evil 2 remake, and I don't like talk at all. I just play the game like a fucking casual, and I don't talk. And then I ask myself, is this something I want to be immortalized? That wants to be kept in video form, like a memory, like a photo album? No, not really. But when I look back at my Let's Plays, you know, when every single like 10 seconds had me talking or whatever, where I always talk about something, those are the ones I want to be immortalized. Because at least it's like my train of thought is captured. But when I'm just playing games and there's no webcam, there's just the game, and I'm not talking, what's the bloody point of capturing that? Because one of my main reasons for streaming is that, you know, capturing my first reactions or something that, you know, happens, maybe a glitch, maybe like a new milestone. I don't know, just anything. But what I'm doing now, just playing a game and, you know, not really talking and nothing interesting is going on. I'm just playing it casually. What's the bloody point? That's what I ask myself. What's the point of that? Because back when I started streaming, I did what I called live Let's Plays. So it was basically doing a Let's Play, but doing it live. So I was talking all the time, even though no one in the chat talked. It didn't matter, you know? I was always like talking as it was a Let's Play, like if it was meant for YouTube later on. And that was like a, you know, interesting mix. Because then it didn't matter if I had no viewers, because, you know, I was still talking and making a Let's Play that I was later gonna put up and have immortalized. So that, you know, was fun. It was interesting for me. But now I have like left Let's Plays. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just gonna, just face facts. I'm not a Let's Player anymore in terms of, the old classic way. Because if we, let's see, can we go to display capture? And we go to my fucking channel. And we look through the commentary list. Where is it? Yeah, commentary playlist. And hopefully this is in chronological order. I hope. I don't know. But let's see. So disregarding all the live streams now, the last real Let's Play I did was Resident Evil 2 Leon A. And that was in the beginning of 2018, right? Greetings. Yeah. 2018 in the beginning. And then the last part was February 14th, the same year. So for over 1.5 years, I haven't done a single normal Let's Play. I've only done live streams. And I've done, plenty. The live streams on the new Narracath era from 2016, no, 17. I'm already up in 124 streams, which is, for me, it's an okay amount. And then before Resident Evil 2, we had I think Undertale or no, it wasn't. It was Night in the Woods with Sweetie Candy and yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. You see, normal Let's Plays just they died down very rapidly, and since then it has only been live streams. So for example, let's take my latest full playthrough, A Plague Tale, in a sense, to see 3 streams instead of a bunch of parts divided and every single 5 seconds or something I'm talking. It's just, streams now. Playthroughs. I wouldn't consider this style a classic Let's Play in my eyes. I mean, I guess it's a Let's Play in most eyes because, I'm playing it from beginning to end and I'm reacting and talking. So, yeah, all in all, it is a Let's Play, but it's not a classic Let's Play from, what I'm used to back in the day. So, I'm just a playthrough streamer, talking and reacting sometimes. I don't know. I really don't know. Because I don't feel like I'm a Let's Player anymore. Because I jump in and out of the games. For fuck's sake, take... where is the new Resident Evil 2? I don't even think it's here. No, I don't think it is. But for example, yeah, we'll take this. So, Resident Evil 2 Remake. You see, there's no continuity at all. Here's the first stream of the game, which was when it came out. And then the next stream, there's a huge fucking gap. It doesn't start where the last one started, There's no continuity at all. This isn't even a playthrough. It's just a fucking jump in and out playthrough streams. So the last one I did, I think it was Plague Tale, beginning to the end. And I kind of had that, I have that with Life is Strange, right? No, I don't think so. That's not the full gameplay. But I do have it with, let's see. Which one was it? Dark Souls? I mean, wow, that's just a fucking meme at this point. But I mean, this is from the beginning to where it ended the last time. Part 9. So, I don't even know what I am anymore. Like a playthrough streamer. It's so weird. I mean, look at Zelda. There's no continuity at all. You don't know which one. like is which and if they're connected with each other or not. But I'm gonna tell you they're not. I mean, these streams are barely linked, like they start and begin where the other one started. I mean, it doesn't. It's really weird. Highlights? But are you talking about the Crims highlights or the gaming highlights? I think I have one of those, right? But I'm blind. Oh, there it is. Like these ones, they're not even funny. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, the Dark Souls highlights. Yeah, man, you're the one who edited them. That was fun. And I really appreciated that. Like, that was the first time ever that one of my viewers took my content and edited it like highlights, you know. But it was still, you know, fun to see. Even though it's just a bunch of, you know, raging. But that's the fun part. Nope. Maybe not. Okay, so there's another thing I'm thinking about. Like, this may sound weird, but I'm just gonna go with it because we're just talking feelings now, right? And to be honest, who gives a shit at this point? Doesn't matter what I do. So, what I'm thinking here is that if we go to, let's see here, the Crims highlights, for example, okay, most of these, I believe this one, yeah, I think everything, right? Everything here. Yeah, all of these 4 highlights feature content mostly from the, you know, the golden age, 2012 and 13. A little bit of 14 as well, but mostly, you know, that era. And there's a lot of lines here that I know I'm going back to living in the past, but hear me out. So there's a lot of lines here that I find, you know, enjoyable, quotable, and just genuinely funny. But now I'm asking myself, during the later era, from, let's say, from 2016 and up or whatever, is there, how many parts or quotes or lines have I found like genuinely funny for myself? It's not that often. Hello, Surfy. It's not often at all. I mean, I can't even right now think of a single like line or you know, quote, anything. And you know, I don't have to be funny. I don't have to be quotable and have these fucking highlights with lots of shits and giggles. I mean, I don't have to have that. I'm just asking myself, like, what happened? Like back then, I made so many like quotable stuff that I find really enjoyable. But these days, I don't do that. I kind of don't. Like my Undertale blind, whatever shit. So this was, I believe this is like one of the first series I've done that took place after my anxiety started. So I mean, even in the beginning of this fucking Let's Play, I believe I said it. Let's just take a look. I mean, why not? I think it's somewhere around here. awaited commentary series of Undertale. My dear friend Sweetie Candy, or Derpy, has been asking for this series for about 4 months now. Keep that in mind, 4 fucking months. And, oh, there we go, there's the opening cutscene again. Yeah, let's skip that. So, let's get right into it. I don't think I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna love the music. Right, so, while I'm doing this series, I'm gonna put it up on YouTube. And I don't want anyone to see this game blind for the first shake about. Okay, never mind. Maybe somewhere later on I say more things, but I pretty much explain it later on. The reason why it took 4 months for this series to start is because I had anxiety and I fucking hated myself and I didn't think I was funny enough. This was in the beginning, or near the first quarter of 2016. So this is where it began. So this is like the first series in that, let's just fucking call it the anxiety era. I mean, why the fuck not? That's what it is, basically. And the first one was Secret of Evermore. This is the shittiest thing I've ever done. So don't even watch this shit. But this is the first ever... This is the first series or commentary or whatever in that anxiety era. I mean, there were probably some live streams here and there before this, you know, but this basically took starts where my anxiety started. I mean, look at this. Even part 11 and 12, they don't even have a fucking thumbnail or title or description. And if I remember correctly, this was recorded exactly... Oh, holy shit. Okay, this is waking up some really bad memories, but still. This was recorded in the middle of the night of that date because I couldn't sleep because of my anxiety. And I think I say that, like, this is like recorded in the middle of the night or whatever. Let's take a listen. Greetings, everybody. My name is Crims, and I'm stupid as fucking hell. Hey, nothing has changed, dude. 4 years. You see this shit? 4 Wait. There we go. 4 fucking years, and nothing has changed. It's in the middle of the night, literally. It is 3:30 a.m. You hear that shit? And I'm recording this because I can't sleep. I should be sleeping because I need to get up tomorrow and do stuff, but I'm actually so... That's just a fucking lie. Get up and do stuff. I had nothing. I had no job. I had nothing to do. Maybe it was like packing or go down to South Sweden. I don't fucking know. I don't even fucking know. But I'm back up in my home near Gothenburg again. Oh yeah, the fucking cabin, that was a blast. Came up yesterday. It is now. Packed up everything, ate some shit food, and then I went to bed at like 1 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. I'm not even exaggerating here. I'm not trying to be entertaining or funny or anything. I'm just speaking from my mind now and from how it actually is. What I'm describing there, more than 4 years ago, it's still the exact same thing. I'm eating shit food, which just, makes more problems. And I go to bed late as fuck and I can't sleep. It still takes 2 to 3 hours to sleep. And it's like, there's no difference. I'm still stuck in that fucking spiral. I've many nights are like this, and I lay in bed for like 2 hours. I just can't sleep. It's impossible. Can't sleep, can't do it. So I just lay there many hours, many nights, can't sleep. So, but this time it was even worse. I don't know why. I just couldn't sleep. It was impossible. Is this even funny commentary? I'm saying the same things 3 times in a row. So I got up. I was also hungry. So I got up, ate some shit, and when I say shit, I kind of mean that. I mean, it's like, it's not even food at that point. Just processed, dry piece of shit that just, you know, so you don't feel hungry anymore. No. There's no nutrition in it. It's 3:30 a.m. and I'm gonna... How many times did I say that? I thought, shit, I can't sleep, so might as well make some commentary. Let's talk to this. The beasts in this pot are very dangerous. You should stock up on life-giving items. And maybe you could get a life. Wow. Wow, Crims. Well done. I mean, sure, people can laugh at this. I don't fucking care. It might be entertaining in some way, but it's also truth. What I'm saying there. It's like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? We're not gonna need it. This is so fucking expensive. Look at... God damn. No point. I never set out, or I never said that the series was going to be a good one. Or a good quality commentary. You're damn right. Hopefully the other 2, 3, I don't even know. The other sessions before this were good enough, where I explained the game and all that, so you know what's happening. So I can just play this game and I can just let time go. Shit, and tomorrow, tomorrow, man, at around 1 p.m. Dog, stop. Just stop. The funny thing is that I recorded this, as I said, in the middle of the night. I like mixed it, recorded it, rendered it, put it up on YouTube, and didn't give any fucks about it. That's why there's no description, there's no like a formal title like the other ones, there's no thumbnail. I just put it up, and since then, I haven't even watched it. I don't think I've watched this entire part, and it's been 4 years. What the fuck? Thank you. We are in the swamp area. These fucking... To be honest, this is kind of interesting for me. Because this is one of the reasons why I like, you know, recording. You know, if it is offline, if it's Let's Plays, if it's streams, it doesn't matter. The thing I like is that, it, as I said a million times now, it's immortalized in time. This fucking part, my feelings, what happened during that time and during this date in the middle of the night, that's forever, or for a long time at least, captured in this fucked up, shitty ass video that nobody gives any craps about. Look at this. 4 years! And it's like 8 views, because 2 of them are mine, I guess. 8 views! So no one gives any shits. Literally no one! But it's interesting, at least, to see, you know, the proof. Right here. How things have changed after 4 years. Not much, I tell you. When it, you know, not when it comes to my surroundings, my living quality or whatever. I'm talking strictly about my anxiety situation, like my mental state. That's all I'm talking about. Flip was a mosquito. No, Frippo. That's the fucking name. I feel like barfing. Holy shit. I should really get to sleep. These Frippos, man, I hate them. You can never hit them without getting hit yourself. It just won't happen. It just won't. I can hear birds. And heal is now level 1. Great. Hopefully it will do a little bit more than 18. Fuck's sake. When, yeah, tomorrow. Oh, shit, that's actually a big upgrade. Look at that, you miss all the time, and they just own you. You see, you just miss, and they hit you. Perfect accuracy. Just look at this shit.
Thank you.
I fucking hate that
We should
enemy.
use the spear a little bit more. The dog can't do it, so we will. Look at that. So yeah, at 1 p.m. This day, it's like only 8 hours till then. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a. I don't even know, man. I think I'm gonna have like a barbecue party with friends. It's going to be nice.
Really?
It's gonna be very nice because I can't deal. I just can't deal with this. I need to be with people. I just can't be alone all the time. I feel like shit when I do that. So
Well, the funny thing is that I kind of had more friends back then. You know, in my around my age. Because right now, I don't. I don't think I have a single friend in my. I don't have that. I have no friends in my age. Wow. That's what I say. This is the worst fucking Let's Play in the worst fucking stream ever. So please, everyone, just go watch something else. This is just me sulking at this point. What's the bloody point? It's fucking Saturday. Most of you have probably like worked or something. And it's like, why the fuck would you spend your precious time watching Crims sulking in his anxiety? I mean, literally. Wow.
really hope that meeting these guys and having a barbecue and sleepover is going to be so nice. And probably on Saturday, I'm not sure yet, but reaches level 10. And on Saturday, the day after, a friend invited me to have like a fika.
A fika? Oh boy.
Gothenburg. I think I talked about this in the last session. I think I do, because I named fika. I didn't know how to say it in Swedish. I mean, English. We're gonna kill this guy because it will unlock a bridge. Or maybe it's this one. So this is a very nice place to have the spear, because you can do this and enter from the... Never fucking mind, you can't enter from that direction. I hate these frippos, man. You know why? I think you know why. But look at that, we have 61 experience. They have about 70... Did I say 71 experience? I don't know, 61? You see, you just miss. Fuck. You see, fuck, you get nothing. It's not even worth it.
They are the worst enemy in the game. I mean, by far. You get nothing from killing them.
Just don't. This place, fucking shit. So many lily pads. So many frippos. Miss all day. Get killed. They have 40 health, it seems. Maybe 30. I think 40. And this was pretty pointless. Can't carry any more biscuits. Well, now we know where to get some. Oh my god. This place, not very long, but it features a boss fight. Which is even worse than the first one, the big spider. The big puncheroo. Because...
Yeah, never mind. It's only interesting when I talk about life things, I guess.
I'm not joking. Two fucking thousand HP. A lot of health. Just my head back, and I thought that got more destroyed than it already is. It's really tearing itself apart. But I kind of fixed it. We can say I fixed it with duct tape, so it's like a quick fix. Kind of works. We got a call bead. A very rare item. A very limited item in this game. And so the microphone is a little bit off right now. I can't really angle it towards my mouth. So it's like to the side of me. So hopefully you can hear me just as clearly as before. You might not even notice a difference. I don't think you will. It's not that off. Yeah, we found something else. I think there's like nectar. Yeah. See, I know my shit. Yeah, one trick for these frippos is that if you stand still, they never hit you.
Oh yeah.
That's insane. Just look at this. They never hit you. So it's a good way to make them attack you, so they have to recharge. Look at that. That's something
I kind of
figured
forgot
out
about that actually.
quite recently, like 3 years ago. Is this so fucking many? No. Stop it. Look. Piss. Oh my goodness. We need to heal. Because there's something, oh my god. This next episode is going to be one hell of a party. You see these things, see that? Yeah, that's the boss. And we will do that in the next episode. We're gonna do some defend. I will see you next time.
Okay. We just one more thing.
Synced. So if you're watching this, it's like a miracle. Hey kid.
Okay.
Yeah, greetings. Give hand with Snake. It's getting control. Out of control, I think it said.
And this boss fight took fucking 9.5 minutes. Wow.
Wow. That thing was even more hideous than Crims. Than the muck monster in The Sickening of Slime City. What the fuck? Look at this guy. Green hair. What a relief that beast was about to suck up.
I thought it said that beast was about to suck up my nut. I'm not even joking.
My hot and me with it. Thanks to you, it sunk for sure. Good job. No problem. Just let me sleep. You can call me Blip. I work with the swamp gas and fume bugs. What the fuck? Oh, that explains the stench, you dick. I haven't noticed. Come on in, kid. I'll show you my place, and you can smell it even closely. And we will enter his hut. Looks like all the others. It's not the great caverns of Makanda, but it's my home. Well, if you like mud walls, leaf floors, it's pretty nice. I don't have much to offer in the way of thanks, but for saving my hut. But I would like for you to have... No, that's not it. That's my dildo from yesterday. I can't see how this would be of much use to you. And he throws it into the fire. I hate that. Still beating hot. Nice, but not what you need. Aha! Please take this mud. We got mud. Wow, thank you so... Oh, fuck! I'm so tired. You have no idea. Mud peppers have special qualities if you know the right phone. Come back. Suck my penis. No! Say...
I don't even remember this. I'm not even joking at this point.
Should I? I don't even know if I'm recording. See, you smell water. You only have water in here. Wow. That's it for this episode. Am I gonna end it here? I think I am. I'm gonna go to bed now. Thank you very much for watching this. Tired Crims. There might not be much more of this type of style. If you liked it and you're okay with this, then let me know. If this was like the worst thing ever and it made you not want to watch anymore, then let me know as well.
Let me know. Let's see here. Aceback fucking commented. I will check that out soon. But you see, no one gives a shit.
So I will refrain from doing it. But not completely, because it's still my channel and I do whatever I want. But I appreciate feedback and comments, and have a great day, everybody. It's like 4 a.m. and 19 June. Good night.
19? So it wasn't in July. It was in the 19th of June. Huh. Okay. I guess. Okay, it's back.
Snake, it's getting control.
The fuck? What even is this?
Innuendo.
Ah. Okay. Well, well, well. That was that. Does anyone even care at this point? I mean, honestly. I don't know. I don't know what to do, man. Now this video right here is the weirdest shit I've ever done in my entire life. And I don't think many people know about it, right? 27 people. 1 comment. Beginning of 2016. Okay, so this was another very... I mean, it's a fucking shit show. But this date in my life was horrendous. And a couple of months later... Or no? I think it was like only 1 or 2 months later. I had my first ever, like, really serious, you know, suicidal thoughts. Feels bad, man, but it's the truth, and that's what this stream is about now, I guess. Talking about my problems. Wow. Okay, who gives a shit? But yeah, this was a really weird ass fucking video, and I don't even want to show you it. To be honest, I haven't even watched it. I have no idea what I'm saying here. So take a look at this video for yourself. It's I would describe it as a call for help. I'm not exaggerating here. This video is basically a hidden call for help. And I wanted to see if anyone would, like, catch it, like, notice it. But they didn't! No one gave a shit, like usual. So I was like, okay, fine. So that's why I kind of had some really serious suicidal thoughts after making that video, and no one giving a shit. No one, like, asking a question. I was like, goddamn. What is the bloody point? That's what I asked myself. And that was 3.5 years ago. EP. Yeah. So watch it yourself. I'm not gonna watch it here. It's a little bit too heavy. You know, watching that Secret Evermore part, this one, it's not that heavy. I mean, it's a little bit heavy though. But you know, it reminds me, so, of course, of that shitty ass fucking time and how I felt, because I hear it in my voice how I felt when I said it, kind of. But this video, I am, you know, I'm kind of afraid of it, and not afraid, but I'm like, I don't want to touch it. You know, it's like, fuck no, I just don't want anything to do with it at this point, so get out of my face. Okay. What now? I really don't know. I mean, like, I'm asking myself now, like, little Crimsy boy, what would you like to do? What would make you happy? And it's like, nothing that you can do about it, you dick stain. So I don't know what to do. I have a fucking hoarding piece of shit. Too many games that I don't even play. Hoping that someday I will get out of my anxiety and start enjoying games again, you know, genuinely, and not just forcing myself. We could play some Aya Clap, but nope, I can't. That wouldn't Grease. I kind of want to play Etherborn. That new game that came out, or maybe Journey. I like Journey. It's a good game. But yeah, Etherborn would be nice. Because Amnesiac told me to play something new. You'll see. But first, we'll need to go to dashboard. Etherborn update. And I guess I'm continuing streaming because, you know, the only reason, maybe not the only reason, but one of the reasons why I'm not shutting down the stream is because, like, I'm kind of afraid to be alone right now because I don't feel that alone when having this wonderful chat. I mean, the most supportive people in my life right now. Why the fuck is it locked to 60? Okay. But yeah, I think I would feel worse not streaming right now. You know, being alone in the middle of night and people are partying outside and I'm alone. So I think this would be better. Can I play the game from the beginning? I kind of want that. Data, delete game process. Yes. I tried the game a little bit, but now I want to play it from the get-go. Let's go.
Can you hear me?
Fucking Breath of the Wild ripoff.
Doubt. Destroy. Contemplate. Fall silent. Build. Listen, at last, to what has always existed and was never there, and seek until your last breath the impossible pathway. Look for me. I'll show you how. I'll show you why.
Sure, fam.
Follow my voice.
Sounds like Harry Potter. Never mind. Nudity! TOS! Nice. So here's another theme, which is a little bit overused, but games and movies really like the orange-blue combination. I mean, I see why. It makes the character pop out and it looks nice because people like the color blue. So making the characters like orange tinted makes everything pop out. But my god, that looks... There are no options for like anti-aliasing or... Why the fuck can't you do that? Because it looks really jagged. Is it like white or black? Because what I know, people say that, oh, white and black aren't actually colors. Because scientifically, they are either like no light at all, like reflected or whatever, or like all of the lights or spectrum or whatever. I don't fucking know. But I'm gonna see if I can force some anti-aliasing for the game. Because that looked like sheets. Let's see here. Display capture. Etherborn? I don't see Etherborn. Add. There. Huh. I just thought of another game that I kind of really want to play, but fuck, I don't know. You know, in terms of this stream being all, what is it, like sulking and depression, anxiety and all that shit, I kind of want to play a game that's about that. I think it would help me. I don't know. Etherborn, BAM, endoscopic filtering 16 times for fuck's sake. Enhance times 8. That's good. And no fucking VSync, you piece of shit. Okay, so dark gray isn't really a color. Scientifically, I guess. I don't know, man. What is it? What was the name? Because it's a quite short game, and I feel like playing it, so I'll play Etherborn after it, since it's not that long, so we can play it. It is called Beginner's Guide, and if you haven't played it or experienced it, then take some time to enjoy it. And also I need to change the stream title again. So I'll do that. Me and Sweetie Candy made a Swedish cover of one of the songs in this game, and that was nice. Narration, of course. Video. 8 times MSAA at 2K. Here we fucking go. Yeah, boy. Alright. I am just gonna head to the bathroom and I'll be back soon. So yeah. Bye-bye. I think that my fucking outlet of feelings or whatever was the perfect way to introduce this game in a weird way, actually. But yes, this is a game about a guy who created a bunch of games to express his feelings. And, not to spoil anything, I'm not gonna say anything more. But from one creator to another, I mean, I'm not as much. I mean, I make some music or whatever. But still, the feelings that he goes through, I recognize myself in a lot of them. So, gonna refill my water. Remember to stay hydrated, chat. And just to let you know that if you guys weren't here, if you guys weren't supporting me with all these wonderful responses and whatever the words are in English of support or whatever, I would have shut down the stream years ago. And that's a fact. Let's go.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Have you guys played this game?
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Well, that's awesome.
You can click to fire the gun.
It even lags.
it kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin shield activation.
I'm sorry. Breaking immersion AE, but for some weird fucking reason my G-Sync isn't activated, so we have the screen tearing, which I hate. So I'll see if I can... There we go. At least we have normal V-Sync. I mean, at least we don't have screen tearing.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Fuck yeah. You can even see the line of the model, or I mean the texture. Yeah, boy. Maze time.
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
How about no?
Or, if you'd really like to solve the labyrinth, you're welcome to do that too.
Yes, I will. Now where's the beginning? There it is, okay. So it was in here. Okay. Right? Yeah, there we go. Fucking V-Sync, it sucks ass! You know why? Because you get this, Never mind. No one gives a shit.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Sure fam. Fuck. Well.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Okay. Well, at least we don't suffer, right? Fuck. Oh, yeah.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go. Oh, I love this one. This is so good. But first, I'm breaking immersion all the time. I'm so sorry, but I'm a perfectionist. I can't just deal, you know. I have to fix. But how do you fix it? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's just how I am, okay? Where is wait. There it is. Bada boom. Fuck. Yeah, I'm sorry. I will fix. I guess the game doesn't have. Okay, the game doesn't have support for G-Sync, so fuck it. We'll just go with this. Let's go. Okay, so I'm holding W, but I can't move. I can't step to the side, but I can go backwards.
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Whoa, shit.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
It's so fucking true, man. I love it.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Looks like Slender Man. The first. Yeah.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting. Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Nonsense in every direction?
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
I like the ambience though. There's so
I
weird.
know it's tempting, but there's actually nothing over here. Sorry.
Don't you say sorry, man. I have to. You know, I sometimes wish, because I've been, you know, making music here and there for quite some time, and there are a lot of like snippets, like small mini projects that, you know, died down, similar to Coda's, you know, games. But, you know, the difference is that you can't explore like music projects. It's kind of hard, you know. It just what it sounds like and that's it. But you can't explore like. How do you explain that? It's so different. It's a different medium, so I guess that's it. Like if you could step into the music in this like 3D environment of some sort.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
No. Oh wait, you can fall down? It's a little bit faster to jump, it seems. But you can, like, fall backwards a little bit. Yeah, it is faster to jump, so we can just do this. Fuck. No! Yeah, this is oddly enough, it's engaging, you know, because you're fighting like two things. You're fighting the you're just walking like this normally would take you up safely, but way too slow because people are impatient. But jumping is faster, but there's this risk of falling down. So this is actually an engaging game. You see? I think it's kind of genius in a way. It's so simple, yet it's engaging. And we made it up without changing the speed. The fuck? And there we go. The game is nothing but giant blocks of text explaining what's happening.
And nice, and filled with little ideas for games. Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Looks like the PT starting room.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
The fuck?
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Okay.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. All right, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Fuck. Okay. Boy.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
I fucking love this man.
Aha! So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in. There's some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Surfy. You have a good night. And hopefully I'll see you later. Thank you.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Oh boy.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Nice.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
It was part of the game, man. Don't change it.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable?
You fucking douche.
And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Why not make the game playable? It's like the same thing with music. Why not make the music accessible? Why make all these weird shit? Why make a screeching guitar that you have to listen to for like 10 seconds? Like, who the fuck decides what's accessible or not? How do you, like, define, like, in art, what kind of painting is accessible? Like, you can't do that. If it was part of the original idea to be stuck in that cell for a full hour, then that's what the game is. Just changing it to make it more accessible, it's like, what the fuck? It's like all these radio edits on long songs to make it more accessible. It's like, fuck.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly. Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Spent hours. Fuck. Well, this guy made Stanley Parable, so that's why. He said it in the beginning. Oh?
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level. It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Oh, is that a fact?
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played. But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Whoa. Holy shit. Oh boy. Yeah, this is what I feel on Reddit.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture. Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kinda just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it. See, like, this is it, the whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2. There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction. And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it. It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself. I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself? To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between. you'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result. After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful. I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face. I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace. But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive. Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it. This one gets a bit goofy. About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts. And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now. I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Yep.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution, social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game. You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way. Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new. if the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression even, and yet still he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on. You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash. Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about, and I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me. I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game. And of course, it's the machine. So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work? So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give them some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of. can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy, so beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look. And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, The Tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze. And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on. The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely. Just saying, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up? I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself. And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean? I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself. That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay. More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons. Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you. if I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
time.